Video games are something that have become a pivotal part of who I am, and I'm sure they've done the same for a lot of people. Although being a relatively new medium of entertainment, they've impacted our modern-day culture in profound ways, some so negligible you might not even know it, but your brain does. Or how about those whose lives have been altered completely because of the introduction of games in their lives? Mine included. Whether it be on the N64, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, or even as early as the Atari days, they seeped into the existence of millions of people around the world for decades. And for me, a little game made by a small company you might not have heard of called Squaresoft has forever changed my life.
There was a time in the era of great chaos when the Earth and the Moon were at war with each other. A daredevil from the moon piloted a bizarre aircraft. It was feared, and because of its shape, called Einhander.
That intro gives me chills every time I see it. But sure, the intro might be fancy, but what about the game itself? What about it makes it so special? Well, we'll go ahead and dive into that. I present to you Einhander and the meaning of life.
I am your father.
Wendy, I'm home. Come out, wherever you are.
I'll blow your house in. Here's Johnny.
Visuals are a key component of making any type of scene memorable. Camera angles, lighting, placement of characters, etc. These are all factors that a scene needs to excel in order to make a lasting impression to the audience. This mainly applies to movies, but video games are definitely no exception. So how does Einhander fare in the visual department? Well, let's look at a couple examples.
Received telegram from Hyperion. It reported that a new stratagem spacecraft is preparing departure from the space catapult of the enemy aerial port to your southeast. Invade their aerial port and perform disturbance operation on the enemy until our main unit descends.
This is definitely one of my favorite scenes from the game. The transition from the calm, beautiful sunset right back to the action is absolutely staggering. And even though this game has aged a little bit, it still looks great. But this is just a small moment in the game using the in-game graphics. Let's take a look at one of the FMV cutscenes.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, I love this scene so much. It's short, but it sure is sweet. The best part is when the Einhander goes light speed when it's chasing the stratagem aircraft. Just makes you want to scream, "Go, Einhander, go!" Ugh, this game is brilliant. When I'm done talking about this game's visuals, it's only just a small part of it. The second most important part is, of course, the oh so amazing music. Pretty boring, huh? Without context, and especially without sound, scenes can be almost pointless. There's no real weight or levity to anything. You can't really have one without the other. Of course you can have music without any sort of visuals, and just a painting without any music accompanying it. But with a visual medium like a movie or a video game, it just doesn't work. Now let's see what happens when you add music to the scene I just showed you from the game. Now that is much better, and way more epic. Einhander just has this way of greatly enhancing the gameplay and the visuals and anything else with the music. And of course that should be a given for any game, but this game just does it so much better. But the music itself actually holds its own without the entire game itself. Let's have a listen to one of my favorite tracks in the game with just a still in. The sound direction in this game is just so unique. It's sort of an amalgamation of house and techno that you would only really find at a club, but it just fits, and it makes you bop your head and tap your feet. It's really just a funky and memorable soundtrack that you should probably buy. that just wraps things up for the game itself. But now, I want to talk about you, the viewer. Well, whoever's watching this anyway. You see, this video isn't really just about Einhander itself. It's the memories I have with it, what I remember, what strikes me as amazing. And all of us have this centerpiece of our memories, especially our childhood memories. And it doesn't have to be a game, or a movie, or a book. It can just be anything. And that's what Einhander is for me. But what is it for you? The viewer, you out there who probably, has a very different life than I do. Of course it has to be different. We're all different. So make sure to share this special thing of yours in the comment section below. I really want this to be big. I want a lot of people just to look back and see what made them, or what made you, you. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I know this probably isn't going to get a lot of views, but I really want to share this game, and I want you to share your story too. Miscellaneous Cam, signing out.